And now it's time to get back to our final game of the night. The series stands 1-1, tied between Service Kepa and Hassan Pajani from Iran, and we are ready to go for game number 3.
Both players look very laser focused to see what they brought for this final match here.
The winner advances on to our semifinals tomorrow. Today, it's all about those early goals. Hassan Pajani gave up 2 of them, game 1, game 2, and he was able to pull it back initially. Couldn't quite do it there in game number 2.
Once again, using Perisic actively to seek opportunities from Pajani's side. Looking to get that ball to Thiago.
Thiago out, Silva ejecting it.
Denied from Lewandowski, Italian striker.
Martinez looking to make another big run in. Perisic out to Croissants.
Wow, Kepa with the great triangular positioning of his players to deny any sort of good passing lanes for Hassan Pajani.
The Draxler getting a little bit beat up here.
Maintains
Martinez
possession.
can't quite take it away from him. Gaia is taken out by Bote.
Santiago clear. Back to Perisic.
Lewandowski, Perisic, Miller. 3 men in the front. Quite offsides, almost. Getting it forward, out of there. Intercepted.
Great deflection from Kepa.
Perisic does regain control though, so still anyone's game. Hassan Pajani keeping possession of this ball for a remarkable amount of time, but just can't convert for a goal.
Indeed, and this has been his tactic for every first half of the match, but he can't afford to turn the ball over like that once again. Sounds like I'm beating this same dead horse over and over again, but that's just how much it's crucial the turnovers are in this match.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like a little thing. It's like, well, everybody makes mistakes. It's like, no. But if you don't, then you actually just have such a huge advantage. So just something to keep in mind if you're maybe not used to watching eFootball.
I mean, yes, everyone makes mistakes, and if you make a mistake on your opponent's end, then you have time to react and try to recollect yourself. But you make the turnover at the midfield or even near your box, then you have no time for those adjustments, which could cost you a goal. Thiago to Müller.
Müller, he's got, oh, he had such a good angle.
Wow,
but he
great chip
somehow
shot.
gets it in. That ball hung in the air for a million years, but lands gently right inside the net. A beautiful kick for the first goal, our final game.
Yeah, those acrobatic finishing from Thomas Müller coming into play for sure. He has a decent, strong foot with that right one.
Just couldn't reach high enough for the block.
Yeah, it's just great chip shot from Thomas Müller.
Yeah, I feel like if this were golf, that would have been a wedge used to just drive it all the way up. Nice little parabola in there, and man, it was actually pretty uncharacteristically early to have a first goal, and actually the first time that Hassan Pajani's led in this series.
Indeed. And we'll see how Kepa readjusts to Pajani's style, because Pajani has shown all his card in every first half. We're going to go through Perisic as much as possible from that right side, and then if there's opportunity, I will shift to the weak side, then try to converge onto the center. So Kepa really needs to either shut down Alaba on that weak side or Perisic so that the ball cannot be delivered to either Müller or Lewandowski.
It's been such a deadly combo, but only now is it really starting to pay off, and only in the first few minutes, first 30. Score already on the board.
Perisic.
He's got a great angle.
Another
up
chip.
and over, but off the top bar.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, a heartbreaker. Almost exactly the same formula repeated. It's a devastating success.
Seems like Pajani has those sweet spots allocated where to make those chip shots to get those tricky goals in there.
Off to Croissants, Perisic.
Lewandowski.
Back to Perisic, but nice challenge there.
Physical challenge there. Free kick. Perisic.
He's got it, but doesn't have an angle right in there.
Probably back to
Marquinhos.
Cuisance here. Yep, Cuisance.
Back
Miller.
out. Miller.
Body
Right through
blocked.
the middle. Tried to make it through everyone. Ball by Frogger jumping through everybody, but couldn't quite make it through the defenders. Now Neymar driving it back across center field into the upper left corner of the box.
Gaye. Era to Mbappe.
Abe Caviani. Ooh, rejected.
By Sorry. Says
Yeah.
no.
Reset by the defender into midfield. Draxler with control. Forward Neymar now losing it. Hernandez on the rebound, steals it way far forward. Response on transfer. Thiago. Lewandowski.
Ooh, great denial by Kimbembe.
Kimbembe got right in between that ball before it was almost a tragic turnover right in front of the net.
Challenge coming in. In favor of Bayern Munich. Javi Martinez for the delivery.
Yeah, looks like he just want to go for a quick transfer here, at least changing up the range. Looks like he is going for some pretty short range there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to risk anything at this point. Play possession-based. And also, in this first half, he's probably going to reiterate what he's been doing throughout this entire series. You know, mainly work with Perisic and try to see if there are any opportunities, and that's it for the first half.
And that's going to do it for the first half, and for the first time, the first goal has been scored by Iran's Hassan Pajani, and Kepa, man, you've seen this look on his face before when he feels it starting to slip away from him. A good job bringing it back to this final game, but it doesn't matter if you drop the series right here and now, and we are in what could be our final period left to play.
Indeed, and be very interesting to see what Kepa would bring against.
Oh my goodness, my depth perception betrayed me there, Ryan. I thought that was straight on in. It looks like it was just barely over to the right-hand
Great
side.
spacing.
Yeah.
Just subpar finish from Thiago. Just to add on to what I was saying earlier, Kepa is fully aware what Hassan Pajani's strategy and tactics are in the second half. At some point, Hassan Pajani will insert both Kimmich and Coman and go for those aerial crosses and get it to Lewandowski somehow. So it is imperative for Kepa to shut that down. It's only a matter of how he will exactly shut that down.
Hassan Pajani back with control. Müller forward, not offsides, intercepted.
Deny from Lewandowski.
With the
Great
header
play.
to knock it out of bounds, but still now the corner kick. Laba. Pretty strong, wants to get away on in there. It's a grounder on in. Perisic.
Thiago
Thiago,
with a heel pass.
Lewandowski, but it's out. Javi Martinez misses it.
Ooh, missed by Cuisance as well, but reclaims possession immediately.
And Müller. Lewandowski receives it. Out. Cuisance back in immediately, but to the wrong defender.
Denied very well by Thiago Silva. Going to look for Perisic once again. No, this time opting for Thiago, followed by Alaba. And Thiago.
Has possession right at the line.
Great convergence. Can he get it off?
Clear.
Yes.
Okay, way out to Mbappe.
Mbappe serving the pitch. Gaye intercepted. Great play by Hernandez. Back to Perisic.
Man, just no rest for the weary there. Perisic has been in for this entire game, and he's been killing it in a key role. Hasn't been able to convert here just yet.
And also, it's very impressive how Kepa utilizes his attackers to pressure Perisic so that he can make a clean pass to any of his teammates. Lewandowski.
Loses
Shut
to
down.
Torreira.
But yeah, you cannot commit these turnovers at this stage of the game. Ooh,
Certainly not, but that is
severe challenge
a
there.
hard check. Yeah, that challenge is for sure upheld, and now we are going into not only a pause, but a little bit of a change of the game plan, looks like.
It seemed like Christian's stamina was completely drained out, and almost depleted. So he's coming out for sure. We'll see who inserts in place of that for Hassan Pajani.
It's really easy to forget about the managerial role that you fulfill here. You can't let your players get too fatigued and really start to feel that sluggishness and lack of responsiveness. So nice substitutions coming through, trying to make this as potent a final half as possible. Less than 30 minutes left in regulation.
Yep, once again, Kimmich coming in, as well as Koma in places of Mueller and Croissants, as well as Coutinho. So this is basically Hassan Pajani's strategy right there. But Di Maria
with a great angle.
Great save by Uwe.
Right down the center, but of course that makes it maybe a little bit easier to defend. Let's watch this kick. The power behind it makes it so hard to stop, but the angle, a little bit too easy to defend.
Yeah. And he even got off with Di Maria's stronger foot, but great save from Uli.
Inbounds corner kick. Di Maria up and over the header, sends it out and back right to the waiting midfielder Herrera. Back to Di Maria.
Barely misses. That deflection giving secondary opportunity for Kepa, Di Maria, but a great push off by Sule and winning the ball over.
Feels like Di Maria has had possession for just a while. Now that the position on the field switches.
Ooh, risky maneuver by Hassan Pajani. Need to watch out.
Yeah, Cardi being kind of run wild. He is just desperately trying to control the ball, but it is way out of there. Persic maintaining control. Running a slalom, kicks it out to Hernandez. Midfield to Persic.
Yeah, Hassan Pajani just can't go over the center field because of that constant pressure with multiple players instantaneously by Kepa, using the attackers as a source of pressure as well. Coutinho connects to Perisic, immediately turned over.
Okay. Midfield, forward, Di Maria pushing it in.
There are two stud headers for PSG right now, both Icardi and Cavani, so if you give any of the wingers space or attacking midfielders space, they will make plays.
Forward to Gaye, into the waiting arms of Ulrich.
Yeah. Didn't have much chance there with Gaye. No angular trajectory available at all. Gaye now back to Herrera. Trying to create space once again. Hardy. Great play by Tang.
Yeah, just too many defenders there. Basically impossible to make it through that wall. And reset now, defend to the middle.
Clear it out.
Pitch, yeah, just completely clear. Lewandowski and Perisic. Persic's got to be low on stamina by this point, man. That guy is a monster, sticking in it the whole game. Still looking good.
Completely depleted, I suppose. Trying to just use it as a source of
we are
ball delivery.
Narrowing what could be the end of this tournament for one of our players. It's so narrow. We're +1, and that is going to be a corner kick at the very last minute.
This will probably seal this game off. Alaba
on the inbounds. Rebounded, Di Maria.
And the whistle would come in anytime soon, and that's it.
That's gonna do it. What an incredible finish. Hassan Pajani after a nail-biting comeback. Game number 1, faltered in game number 2, but finally closes it out and will advance on to the semifinals.
Yeah, great performance by both players, but Hassan Pajani with that mental tenacity and also mechanical tenacity comes back, especially in that first game. And Kepa looked very rattled from the point where he allowed the second goal to Pajani from the first game. And since then, I think his executions were a bit off here and there, and I think that ultimately kind of caught up to him and cost it his series. So, great performance by Hassan Pajani.
Yeah, absolutely. Iran advancing on to the semifinals. Absolutely, you could see the look of just ecstatic joy on Hassan Pajani's face at the end of all of that. Such a stressful match to play out, but in the end, he does advance on to those semifinals. Now, we have a quick graphic to show you a look at the results from today's matches because we have updated everything all the way to the semifinals, and it's going to be extremely exciting to watch this tournament come to its exciting conclusion tomorrow. Can't wait for it. But first, let's take a look at what the graphic looks like. Iran is your first country to advance on to the semifinals. Of course, the other semifinalists will be Macau versus Vietnam, and then Costa Rica versus Poland, and Italy versus Japan.
Yeah, so Macau versus Vietnam ongoing, I believe, at this point, and followed by the rest of the 2 quarterfinal matches later tonight, and we'll have our semifinalists for tomorrow.
But I think that does it for our official broadcast here today. It has been a non-stop day of action-packed eFootball action. I don't think it gets much better than this, Brian.
Yeah, and then as the day progressed from day 1 to day 2, the series just only got more epic, and then reached the apex.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for joining us for this eFootball PES 2020 action here at IESF 2019. We hope you've enjoyed the action today. Make sure to tune back in tomorrow for the grand finals of this tournament. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow.